YouTube, this is Marcus again with another video. This video shouldn't be too awful long, but I thought I would show off something cool that I've discovered. For those of you who don't know, one of my primary hobbies is video games, and I recently jumped ship to PC gaming. And I ordered the parts and built the first PC I've built for myself in a very long time. Not the first gaming PC I've ever owned, but the first one that I've had in a very long time. And the first one that I have personally built for myself, specifically for the purpose of gaming. The last one I had that was a gaming PC, somebody else built it and I upgraded it a little bit, and it eventually just, got too old to be relevant anymore. So I went ahead and built myself a sort of middle-of-the-road gaming PC that has done outstanding for 1080p 60 gaming. I can't do I can do some 4K, but anyway. It plays the games I want to play at 1080p 60, and it's a hell of a lot more powerful than anything else in the house. It's more powerful than the PlayStation 4 Pro. And I was giving my laptop to my wife. My wife's touchscreen laptop is going to go to one of the kids, and so I was getting my stuff off of it, and I discovered something that I knew about already called Steam in-home streaming that I thought I would show to you guys, because I tested it out already and it actually works pretty good. So basically the way Steam in-home streaming works is, let's say we've got the gaming PC here that has all the horsepower to play the games at better resolutions and frame rates and this and that. But let's say we want to play it in the living room on the 55-inch television with the family or something. But we don't want to go unhooking everything from the main PC. And you'll have to excuse the mess. We're still cleaning up from the parts I got and still getting organized here in the new house. What you can do is use Steam in-home streaming to stream the games to any other Windows or Linux PC. I think it works with the Linux version of Steam as well, in your home. So we could hook this laptop up to the living room television and stream, and this computer would do the horsepower. This computer would be doing all of the hard work. It would be drawing the graphics and running the game, and then basically just streaming the video and audio input or output to this PC, and taking the input, the controls from this PC, and applying them here. Kind of like what the streaming service Gaikai used to do back in the day, or what it tried to do. And Sony's PlayStation Now, where your PS4 is not actually playing the PS3 games, their servers are running them and you're just streaming the game. That kind of thing. So that you could effectively play a game on this PC that this PC couldn't run, because this PC is actually the one doing all the work. So let's see how this works. You can see right now, in preparation for giving this to my wife, I have uninstalled all of the games from the hard drive on this computer. They're both logged into my Steam account. So let's open up Steam here. And it should allow me to stream. Now, I don't know if it works with all games. I don't know if you can add non-Steam games to your Steam library and then stream those. I don't know the extent to which it is useful, but we did do it with the Resident Evil 7 demo, which this PC struggled intensely with. I put it on 720p low settings and still just barely held 30 frames per second. And the cinematic movies, the audio and video were out of sync because it just couldn't process, it couldn't display the images fast enough. It couldn't keep the frame rate high enough, basically. So here we go. So we've got Steam open here, and so now you can see all these games here that are now available, but instead of saying play, you can see they say stream. So let's try Mortal Kombat X. That's a game that I actually played a little bit on this laptop, but, well, no, we haven't ran Mortal Kombat yet on the big PC, so I don't know for sure if it'll work or not. But what's one that I have? Fallout 4. There's one that it ran on this PC, but it was like 25 frames per second at 720p. So let's go ahead and I have ran Fallout 4 on this PC, so I know the settings are already already done here. So let's hit stream and see how it works out. So there's that blown up over here, I guess. We'll hit play. And we can see here, it actually displays locally here. Okay, so it does send the audio. The audio is not coming out of the speakers, even though they're turned up. So, but the audio is coming out over here. So we can see here 60 frames per second, but that's at the title screen. That's not saying a whole lot. What I want to see is 60 frames per second in the game. Now the cool thing is, this is actually being, even though this screen is only 900p, 1600 by 900, this screen and the games, this screen is 1080p, 1920 by 1080, and the game is configured to run at this resolution. So if we go in here in the settings on this laptop, let me see, display. Oh, it doesn't show resolution outside the game. But basically, this is a 1080p image, and the Steam in-home streaming just scales it down to, oh, it feels pretty responsive. Feels responsive enough to me. If there's delay, it's not enough for me to notice just rubbing my finger around on the touchpad here. And you can see right here, well, if I can get it, it won't. But it's 60 frames a second, basically. Everything on Ultra, 1080p, because this PC is actually the one running the game. So you can see, here's my mouse. I'm going to put my finger on the touchpad here. There we go, 60 frames a second. So this one is actually the one doing the work, but it lets you play it on any other Windows PC that you have in the house on the same network. Now, obviously, your experience may vary depending on the horsepower of the system that's streaming it and the limitations of your networking hardware. So, you know, this laptop is using 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi at, I think, 54 megabits per second, I believe. We'll say exit to the desktop there. So, obviously, that's working perfectly fine. I don't know that I would try to play a first-person shooter like an online competitive game. Now, like League of Legends or Age of Empires might be okay, but like I wouldn't want to play an online first-person shooter this way, because that fraction of a second compounded with the network latency you're already going to have would probably affect how your performance. But for most things like Fallout 4, we did the Resident Evil 7 demo a while ago, it seems like it works pretty darn well. So we'll exit Steam up here. Now here's a question I wonder. Well, I don't have any non-Steam games installed, so we're not going to fool with that right now. But that is Steam in-home streaming. Pretty cool feature if you ask me, because you don't have to pay for a high-end or even just like this one's a middle-of-the-road gaming PC for everyone in the house. You buy one decent gaming rig to do the hard work, and then just stream it to your other devices around the house. Pretty freaking awesome. So, like I said, I've been primarily a console gamer most of my life. I kind of started getting into PC gaming when I bought this laptop because it ran some games I had on PS3 way better than the PS3 did. Then I started noticing some serious limitations with some newer titles that I really wanted to play on PC. So when I got my tax return, I went ahead and spent the money. Now, since I had no parts to begin with, it did cost me, counting the operating system, it cost me about $1,100 to build this one with an 8-core processor and an RX 480 graphics card. But it kicks ass at the stuff I want to do. It'll last me for a while. And now that I have it, even if individual components start to show their age and hinder its performance, I can swap in just a new graphics card and keep the rest of the system the same. That'll be a heck of a lot easier on my wallet than having to go out and buy a whole new rig every 4 to 5 years. But anyway, I'm going to continue experimenting with this Steam at home streaming. I just wanted to make a little video blog here to tell you guys that I have made the switch to PC gaming, and I am thoroughly impressed not only with the performance that I'm getting out of the rig, but with the fact that this Steam at home streaming is pretty awesome to me, because one of the reasons I wanted a laptop to game on was because sometimes me and my wife like to play games together, and I wanted to be able to sit in the living room with her and play a game with her or something. And with the desktop being stationary, you know, that's not really possible. But now we can do that. We can hang out in the other room. I can stream games from the desktop, and yeah, pretty. There's a lot of potential here, and I'm really pleased with, and I'm really surprised Steam doesn't charge for their service with stuff like this built into this client that is free. Really, you have to pay for the games, obviously, but to make a Steam account, to play online games through Steam, to communicate, earn achievements, all this, the streaming, it's all free. So it's pretty awesome stuff. But anyway, I'm going to stop yapping your ear off. I just kind of wanted to talk about my new PC and the game streaming here for a second and let you guys know what's going on in that realm, since I had made a video a couple months back talking about my transition to PC gaming. So anyway, sorry about the voice, allergies are getting to me. If y'all have any comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions, please feel free to post them in the comment section below. And as always, this is Marcus out. Y'all have a good